Okay, to guys. Okay, to guys. Okay, today, guys, on the copper catcher, we're going to be modifying some stuff. I've got some air cylinders I've been putting off. I'm going to try to mount some stuff on there. Let me give you a little idea of what's going on in the shop. It's an absolute mess, but we got crap all over the table. I don't have anywhere to work. I got stuff jerked out everywhere. I did clean up this side of the shop yesterday. That's probably why I didn't get a video out, but I did kind of clean up the shop. And I got a whole bunch of room back in here, but it's all just cluster. It's a catch-all. It ain't organized back in here. There's a big room back in there, and there's a big room over in here. You guys ain't never seen it, but it's just a big catch-all of everything. Well, I decided I was going to build me a little welding station over here. So I put up some new lights and whatnot, and got all this set up. But let me get this welder out of here, back over here, and I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. I got these big air cylinders, and I was going to bolt all this together and put it on the top of this and make it to where it'll stroke almost all the way to the ground, so it's not an issue with the length of stroke no more. Well, when I took that pump out, that pump right there, I took it out because it was a hand pump and I didn't like it. So then I was going to put this one in there, and it's a small one. It's only like 1.5 inch or 2 inch one. Well, buddies of mine talked me into putting one of my 5-inch bore strokes on there, and I wasn't going to weld it on there. I was going to build brackets and bolt it all together in case I ever needed to take it apart to maintenance it or whatnot. But I did some research and found that these do have rebuild kits for them. So if I ever have to rebuild it, I can probably just unbolt it. I'm gonna get this cylinder up on top of there, and then go from there. But let me get you on my guys' head, and we're just gonna kind of go with that. I gotta go back here and get my welder back out. I had it all set up back here, so I'm just gonna throw it together here real quick. Super easy and super quick, because I'm just gonna bring it right back in here. I do still have the ability to weld in all my other shops. I wanted to make sure I did that. I didn't want to take any plugs from anywhere else. I wanted to keep all my plugs available. So we're just throwing it together here real fast because I need to get it out there. One of these days I'm gonna get me a little MIG welder. I've got one out there, but it don't have a lead for it yet, and it's a damn good welder, and I should just leave it over there. But when I'm building fixtures and whatnot, I will I'll do it back there, of course. But when I need to weld something out here, I can just shove it around. It'll work for now. So I just got crap everywhere is what the problem is. I made a bunch of room. Oh, look, a birdie just visited me. He comes and goes whenever he wants, when the door's open. He's flew in 2 or 3 times. Now, both of these cylinders need rebuilt. They're both leaking air out the bottom. I've got a seal kit coming for them, but I just, this cylinder was kind of like my experimental one. So, but I do have cylinder rebuild kit coming for it. So with that being said, it should be pretty nice. But my plan is to get this up on here and just kind of stitch weld it here and here. And I've already hooked air to this thing. I know it works. I need to probably Teflon tape all that before I put it together. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that before I get it up on there. Let me get that done. I'll get back with you guys. All right, we got that taped up. Good enough for me anyways. Get this set up. If I get this done, guys, then I won't have to have all this crap over here in my way. I hope this works. It's still kind of experimental, but if it works, then great. And if it don't, then I'll build something else. Now, I'm gonna have to take you guys off my head. Set you guys up over here. Not the best view of it, but I don't know where else to put you. So we're just gonna go with that. All right, now we gotta get this big heavy bastard up on there. It's heavy too. Let me get it up on there so I can show you guys. All right, guys, after I got it up there, it's pretty tall, which I don't mind that. But the problem I have is if I weld this right here, I'm not going to be able to take it apart because the bolts in there are not going to come out. I don't know if you can see that or not. So if I ever have to rebuild it, I'm not going to be able to get it apart. So what I'm going to do is take these, which have a hole punched in them already, right where they need to be. Which I don't know how that worked out, but I'm gonna weld these to here. Here, let me bolt one of these on here and I'll show you guys. It'll be like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll come in here with the plasma cutter and just rip this off and rip this off. Get all this extra off there. And then this one will go here, like such. That'll work perfect. Then I'll be able to slide that up off there whenever I need to rebuild it. So let me stick you back over here. Let's get some tacks on this thing before it comes crashing down. Let me get some sleeves on and some gloves on because I don't need to be sunburnt again. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm gonna put some welds on here. Not a whole lot. Some that I can cut off if I need to. But I'm gonna get some welds on there so where I can test it a little bit. Climb up there and put some hoses on this thing. Well, let me get the welder out of the way. Somewhat out of the way anyway. This will be the control valve for it. Damn hoses. They're there. And then we'll have to weld that on there. So I can put a bolt or two through this thing. That's the one thing bad about a TIG welder, guys. They're a damn pain in the butt because there's 15 cords you gotta worry about. I'm just gonna tack that on there. Tack that on there. Now we need to find some bolts. I saved a bunch of hardware. That one's a 1/4 right there, and it's just fitting into the hole. Like I say, guys, this is all experimental. If it works, then I'll add to it later. But right now, I'm just putting it together to see if it's gonna work. Let me go get some right bolts. There we go. That should work, just barely. I'll drill that hole out a little bit. That stuff's hard as can be, or my drill bit is dull as can be. y'all. Yeah. Might as well just go ahead and do it. Okay. Alright guys, there it is. I'm gonna hook the hoses up. I need to hook the hoses up, but I don't know which way's which. So I'm gonna hook them up, see where they're at before I cut them. So, yeah, hook an air hose in here, hit that, it should go down. It's a contraption, but hopefully it works. But you'll see why I'm doing this in a second, why, when I get my hoses hooked up here. If I can get up here without busting my butt. I got 7 miles too long of hoses, but it is what it is. I'm gonna cut them anyway. Okay. You gotta go the other way with them. This one's gotta go down here. This one's gotta go up there. There we go, guys. Hear that leak? I've got a part coming for that. don't know how strong it's gonna be. Ooh, pretty strong. Okay, let's cut these hoses off, get us a little more organized. I need some extra of this anyways for over here. So I'm gonna go cut the top of that one off. Then we'll trim it down there. There you go, guys. I don't know how much power it's going to have, but it had enough to pull these bolts up tight. It just bent that thing. So I need to tighten them bolts up, and I might need to put some more weld on there. Anywho, I'm gonna have to find some nuts that are the right thread for this, guys, so I can put different dies on there. But as of right now, I like it. I just smashed a piece of copper with it, or a piece of brass, flattened it pretty flat. There's probably, I probably have a few nuts laying around here that'll fit that. That's a fine thread. This is a fine thread. There we go. What I'm gonna do is get a bunch of nuts like this, so when I weld my things on there, I can thread them up on there, different pushers and whatnot. Man, it'd be nice if I had about 10 of these nuts right here. This has a big flange on it where I can weld to them. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about messing the threads up. I need to bust a couple transformers and try it out for you guys, but all right, guys, that's gonna be the end of that one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and until next time.